Welcome back yet again. This video shouldn't be terribly long. It is intended as a follow-up on the video that I did a couple days ago, maybe 3 or whatever, from the time that you would actually see this video, on the installation and speed tests of 3 different USB PCIe cards. I need to revisit one, and that's this Ableconn card, a Taiwanese make, which behaved comparably to the much more expensive Sonnet card. However, I was lamenting the fact that it did not behave well when using a USB hub, even though that hub is in fact a powered hub. Now, when I got this, one of the reasons I got this was my understanding was that this is not a powered card. It doesn't need additional power. It'll run off of the PCIe delivered power. Well, when I took it out of the Mac Pro this last time, I took a look at it right there. There's in fact a SATA power connector. Now, I think just in fairness to this card, I'm going to need to try to connect that and see how it behaves with that. Now, on a Mac Pro, where are you going to get additional SATA power? The logical place would be the second optical drive bay, which is generally unused. The only problem there is that I am in fact using it not with an optical drive, but I have an SSD plugged in there. It's actually the boot drive for Mojave. I don't really want to give up on that, since these machines are not natively supported in Catalina. You have to run it through the DOS-Dude 1 patcher, which has been exemplary, but still, I think it's wise to keep a natively supported operating system available in case of any problems. All right. Now, the interesting thing, you can't split a SATA data connection. You can, however, split the SATA power connection. So, what I should be able to do is to connect this, plug one into the drive, along with an extension for the data, and then run this down to the card. Theoretically, it should work. I don't know if it's actually going to work, but there's only one way to find out, isn't there? Stay tuned. Okay, this is not exactly the perfect solution, since as of right now, you can't really close the side door. So I'll have to find another solution for the cable management aspect of this, if in fact it works. I also don't have a data extender male to female, which would be kind of necessary in order to use this doubler to the splitter exactly the way it is intended. So I unplugged the optical drive just for the purposes of tests. The power cable is now plugged into the optical drive and running to the card. And of course we can run the machine with the door open with no problems. So another solution would have to be found. I'm sure it's very findable. But this should supply power to it, and at least we can find out if it actually works. We're going to try speed testing on the trusty old Samsung T5. The Ableconn card is in. Let's see what happens. Okay, 54.36 seconds, which is pretty much what we were seeing. That's on the USB-C port, and they were pretty equivalent between USB-C and USB-A. All right. Now, clean up. All right, and I'm going to eject the T5. Which doesn't want to eject. Probably because the Finder was using it, indeed. Unplugging it there, and it should now reappear. Yes, it is now plugged in to an HRO powered hub. Now, when I did this in the very first set of speed tests that I ran, this ran at far less speeds. Let's see what adding that SATA power does. $57.55. Okay, that's much better. So yes, supplying power to the card does seem to assist it in getting a good performance with the hub. Now, my general assessment of this, at least for my purposes, it's not worth it. The hub behaves very well plugged into the Initech card without power. I don't really see the need for using the Ableconn hub. So I think basically, while in a sense this is a successful test in that the hub works and works pretty much as expected, at least on this particular setup, for my purposes at any rate, it's not going to be worth the doing. Well, anyhow, I hope that this was something that you learned from, and then we will see you later.